Welcome class back to Project 3 Web Applications. This is the 5th video for web applications, and we'll cover this section, allowing users to enter data, pages 410 through 421. We'll begin in our editor creating a new file called forms.py. So what we're going to do in this section is we're essentially going to allow our users to enter new topics and also new entries into our learning log environment. So let's go ahead and begin by creating a new file within the same directory as models.py. So in your learning logs folder is where we're going to create this forms file. Oh, I got that in the wrong directory there. Okay, so essentially what we're going to set up here is we're going to set up an environment for creating a form in Django. So any page that lets a user enter and submit information on a web page is a form, even if it doesn't look like one. When users enter information, we need to validate that information provided is the right kind of data and is not malicious. We then need to process and save valid information to the appropriate place in the database. So the simplest way in Django is to use model form, which uses the information from the models we've defined in chapter 18, okay, in our previous sections, to automatically build a form. So when we first import the form, we first import the forms module, and the model we'll work with, and we call that topic. Okay. We define a class called topic form, which inherits from forms model form. The simplest version of model form consists of a nested meta class telling Django which model to base the form on and which fields to include in the form. We build a form with the topic model and include only the text field, and the code tells Django not to generate a label for the text field. We now need to add a new URL to our URLs file. Okay, so we'll go ahead and open up URLs and we'll add an additional path. Okay, we specify the new path, new topic, and this URL pattern will send requests to the view function. So we're going to go into our view files, find a function called new topic. Okay, so in the views file, we'll go ahead and add that new function. So at the end of our file, all the way over to the left margin. Our new topic function needs to handle two different situations. The situations are the initial request for the new topic page, in which case it should show a blank form, and the process of any data submitted in the form. After the data from a submitted form is processed, it needs to redirect the user back to the topics page. So as you step through the code, you can see this. If request.method is not equal to post, we're going to create a blank form. So the user has not submitted the form yet. Else, they're submitting the form. Okay, and so then we wait to make sure that the data is valid, and then we redirect them back to topics. Okay, in addition to this function being added onto the page, we also need to add import redirect, and we also need to add in this line 4. Okay, so coming from forms, we're going to import topic form. Okay, so that's what that statement means there. From the forms file, import the topic form. So what's the difference between a get and a post request? Okay, so get requests for pages only read the data from the server, whereas post is going to allow us to post data or write data to the server. Okay, so all of that code is explained in great detail on page 412. You can go ahead and read through that information and add comments to this file if you wish to. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create the new topic HTML file. Okay, so here is the code on the top of page 413. So where do we save this file at? You save this file in your templates folder. So through templates and then into learning logs. So same place where all the other HTML files are at. So new underscore topic dot HTML. Okay, so just kind of stepping through this file. So as we look at the code, so the first line here in our form action, okay, we define an HTML form. Okay, that's your opening form tag. The action argument tells the browser where to send the data submitted in the form. In this case, we're going to send it back to the view function new topic. So again, back to our view files to this new topic. Okay, new topic function. Okay, we already talked about the post method, and that's how we post data to our server. Django uses the template tag. Okay, this is our template tag. Okay, and we're going to be using CSRF underscore token to prevent attackers from using the form to gain unauthorized access to the server. This kind of attack is called cross-site request forgery. Okay, so CSRF. Okay, we display the form. Okay, and that is our line 8 here. We only need to include the template variable form and then AS underscore P for Django to create all the fields necessary to display the form automatically. The ASP modifier tells Django to render all the form elements in a paragraph format. And then Django doesn't create a submit button for a form, so we define one on line 9. Okay, linking to the new topic page, we're going to come to our topics. So let's go ahead and get into our templates here. And we'll come into topics. And we are going to modify this file. So after the unordered list, okay, we are going to create an additional line. And so additional line is here on line 17. Okay, so this will allow us to add a new topic. So you got to remember our topics are chess, and I can't remember what the other topic is off the top of my head, but we'll be able to add our own topics. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a test. So let's remember how we can go ahead and get the server running. So we're going to go ahead and go into our terminal. We're going to go into learning log. We're going to activate our learning environment. And then we're going to do our Python manage.py run server. Okay, then we come over to our browser and we check to see our local host. So from here we'll click on topics and then click on add new topic, and then we can be able to add our new topic. Okay, I don't think they have us add a new topic in. Okay, now we're going to develop adding new entries. Okay, so we've got a topic, we're going to add new topics, but then we can go ahead and add new entries within those topics. So now we're going to journey back to our forms file. Okay, and we're going to add in a new class called entry form. Okay, so we want to add entry here to import. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and add that extra class in. Okay, so there is the completed code for entry form. Okay. Okay, so we've got the meta class, okay, listing the model. Okay, it's based on, and that's model form. And then and then we have our entry model defined. Okay, fields. We give the field text a blank label. Okay, the label is also entry. Okay, and when we go ahead and add in that entry, we're supplying a widget or a text area field that is 80 columns wide. Okay. Next step is to go ahead and add the URL for this new entry, okay, to our URLs file. Okay, so we supply our path new entry. And remember, when we had our entries before, we had a topic ID. So now we're going into the views folder, or the views file, and we're going to look for new entry, okay? So that will be our new function that we'll go ahead and add into our views file. Okay, make sure to add in entry form on line 4. Okay, so we want to make sure that we get that import. And then we're going to scroll down and we'll be able to see that function new entry. Okay, so we have to send along beyond the request, we have to send that topic ID. Okay, and that comes from our URL, topic ID. And then we are getting that topic ID. And again, if this is the first time, okay, create a blank form. Else, let's go ahead and make sure that we have valid data. Okay, and then we're going to redirect to topic, okay, with the topic ID. Okay, again, all explained in more detail there on page 416 of this new code. Okay, new entry.html, so we're going to create a template for new entry. Okay, and we're going to base it off or similar to new topic. Again, saving this file in your templates folder. Okay, so new underscore entry.html. Okay, so this line right here is going to show our particular topic, so the user can see which topic they're adding an entry to. Okay, the forms action argument includes a topic ID value in the URL. Okay, so the view function can associate the new entry with the correct topic. Okay, other than that, this looks just like the new topic file. So linking the new entry page. Okay, so next we're going to need to include a link to the new entry page from each topic page in the topic template. So now we're going to go to topic and we're going to add in some additional code. Okay, the additional code here is lines 8 through 10. Okay, so we place the link to add entries just before showing the entries because adding a new entry will be the most common action on this page. So let's go ahead and give it a test. Okay, so coming back to localhost, let's come all the way back to the beginning. Okay, and we'll click on topics. Okay, we'll click on chess, and then we have add a new entry. Okay, so that's the results you should get there. I'm going to go ahead and enter in a new entry. Okay, so this is the content that's on the bottom of page 417. I'll click on add entry. And now we see that that was added today as of September 20th. Okay, we have one more tiny little section left, and that is editing our entries. Okay, so we're going to add another additional path to our URLs file. Okay, so here is our path on line 20 for adding a new entry, or editing a new entry, excuse me. Again, going to the views file and looking for the function edit entry. Okay, so next step would be go to the views file and go ahead and enter that in. So first off, I'm going to come in and I'm going to import entry. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll define that last function for this section, the edit entry function. Okay, so here is our edit entry function. Again, just like topic ID, we're sending along the entry ID. Okay. Pre-fill the form with the current entry if it's not equal to post. Okay, and then else we'll go ahead and submit our data. Okay, so the next step is to edit our template. So we are going to create a new file called edit entry, which is similar to new entry. Okay, so we'll go ahead and create a new file, and we'll save that in our templates. Okay, so your code from page 419 for edit entry. Okay, again, largely the same as new entry. Okay, one more thing to do is to link to the edit entry page, and that is on the topic file. So we'll go ahead and create a link there. Okay, so the code modified a little bit. We used to have a couple LIs, and now we have one LI that has 3 paragraph tags in it. Okay, and so this will be the one that we really kind of added in here as additional code, line 17, 18, and 19, that will allow us to go ahead and edit our entry. So let's go ahead and give it a test. Let's see if anything's going on over here. And let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, now we have edit entry. So I'll be able to go back in there and edit if I had anything that I needed to edit. So that wraps up this section, allowing users to enter data. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.